Hey everybody, welcome back to another Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, the Golden Sea session. In the previous stream, we had not Ostinato, he's somewhere else. We had Chef and Micha meet up with Lily and her newest project, that being Magearna. It is currently her only project, as she explained that she's currently on the run from the government because they were being a little shady, so she started snooping it around and asking too many questions, and then she got the boot. And so the four of them hatch a plan to sneak into the research and development building in the capital, and they infiltrate late at night and end up finding Gemma's discarded Z-Ring with her Megastone. They keep going further and further, encountering some security, and then run into Misha's parents, Amity and Eclipse. And after doing battle, and I learned the downside of giving Chef Simple, they then have to do battle against Genesect, who had been reprogrammed to serve under the capital and fight back against their creator Lily. And so then they eventually fight back, defeat Genesect, continue further into the building, and then find all of Lily's robotic patients / assistants and other creations locked up. And one of them in particular, a cyborg Steelix named Miles, was discarded and left to die, basically. And unfortunately, by the time they find him, he's nothing more than a lifeless husk. And unfortunately, the other robots built after legendary Pokemon had also been reprogrammed against to fight against the party. However, Lily's friends, including Salthazar, Ness, Kumar, Raphael, and Morgana, show up and join Lily and Magearna in battle as Misha and Chef head off to confront Don Juan, the governor, who goes on a rant on how the only thing that is absolute in this world is power, and he wants all the power for himself. And right as he proclaims how much he hates children, we ended off the stream. So, before we continue, first of all, half of y'all, why are y'all not on the Roll20?
I'm attempting it, bestie.
Alright. Anyways, it's fine.
Attempt's better.
It's fine for now. Anyways, so we have a couple of guests returning. We have John Saladin, aka Auta,
Hello.
Appletun, and Rob Harris, aka Slim the Toxtricity. So, I know we ended things off on an intense cliffhanger right before the climactic showdown between Misha and Chef against Don Juan, but we're gonna backtrack quite a bit. We're actually gonna backtrack to much earlier in the day, roughly around the same time that the 2 sessions ago, when we'll say that Misha and Chef were in the Rust Bucket, and we make our way to Auta's lab. So, Auta, it's been let's see, we'll say about almost 2 weeks since you and your old buddies from Team Infinity met up together and rescued Slim and encountered Marshadow. However, ever since then, you've been on edge. And because now with all these reported sightings of legendary Pokemon, you've been very worried about all these things. You've been very stressed out. And also, that coupled with the fact that Lily has just left all of a sudden. When she did, she asked for assistance, and you had previously put her in contact with Terry, and he was able to give her shelter. But she did not give you any additional information, and you know that she was hiding something, but you didn't press her for it, because, you know, you've known each other for years. She likely has a valid reason for it. However, you have not received any contact from her at all. No one has even asked you at all about Lily within the company, within the research division, and a lot of things just are very strange. But, you know, you're currently focused on your research, making a living. You have a nice, you've been able to make a nice living and take care of providing for yourself and for your family, so that's still one of your main priorities. But also, of course, there's safety, as with these rising concerns in regards to these legendary Pokemon. You're still unsettled by it. And so you're currently just typing away at your computer, reviewing some continued research developments in regards to infinity energy, furthering your experiments with Gigantamaxing, especially with that one encounter with that Duraludon that was able to stay Gigantamax for an extended amount of time. You're trying to, that's like reinvigorating your research. It's like, okay, it's possible. How do I do that though? How do I do that? And eventually, you are, currently everyone else in your division has kind of, like, left for the day, and you're staying, working a little overtime, following the hyperfixations until you're...
Yeah, I was gonna say, Auta would definitely would have bags under his eyes by this point. He is very much the type to I guess say burn the candle on both ends. He is self-destructive when he finds something that he believes needs to be done.
You're basically going... I don't know if that picked up on the call, but I was keyboard smashing. Anyways, so you are greeted by your boss, Sylph the Porygon. And he's been, head of research, but has mainly actually been partnering with Lily for the most part, as his proficiency is robotics. However, he still checks in on your progress every now and then, and so he's doing that again. It's like, hey, Auta, how are you doing? You look like you haven't slept in days, not gonna lie.
Well, that's probably because I haven't. What do you need, boss?
Okay. Come on, listen, like, I know we encourage hard work and commitment. Trust me, like, I greatly appreciate that, but, like, can't be self-destructive, man. Like, you gotta keep your health in check, alright?
Yeah, I've been told that multiple times before.
Okay.
But it's not like me going to relax is going to get any of what I need to do done. So I wouldn't have been able to sleep anyways with how much is going through my mind, so I might as well actually do something.
Well, I mean, I can't argue with that, but, like... Listen, okay. I understand you got a lot on your mind. Especially with Lily just up and leaving without much of a word. By the way, has she, like, reached out to you at all? We haven't heard back on our end, so...
No, I haven't. It's been getting more and more worried each day.
That's a shame, because, you know, she was... Her research is what was able to help me with finalizing these buddies, and, like, Sylph just, like, has a like pats a arm appendage fin thing on one of the robots. We could really use more of her help, but it's whatever. If you hear something, just let us know. However, you know, from one promising employee to another. Listen, we already, she's currently MIA. I don't want to lose you either. Okay, so how about just for the day? Take the rest of the day off. Okay, come by tomorrow. Get a fresh night of sleep. If you want, I can ask a friend to just stop on by, and just, either they can sing into sleep or use hypnosis, put you right to sleep. You'll wake up rested. How's that sound?
I'm fine on that end. I don't really like using moves to put me to sleep.
Alright, well, fair. But still, as your boss, I'm telling you to just take the rest of the day off, okay?
Yes, I can't exactly argue against it.
Yeah, go out. You got a family, you got a wife and 2 kids. Go spend some time with them, okay? Don't spend all your time working. You got a family, you got kids. Raise them, all right?
Yeah.
Don't let your wife do all the work. Trust me, it's not gonna end well.
Why? For some reason, it sounds like you're speaking from experience.
Self just like, I mean, I've never had kids, but, let's just say, yeah, I kind of speak in experience, the whole focusing too much on my work kind of thing. Which is why I'm telling you to leave. Just finish what you're doing and just, take some R&R, okay?
Alright.
In the meantime, I got my own funky little project that I'm working on. It's, it's technically still classified, but we might be discovering a new method of evolution. I can't say anything more, but when we get further in, I'll let you in on what we're working on. All right?
Let John become Hydrappleton.
Yeah, alright. I mean, new forms of evolution. I might actually be somewhat interested in that.
Yeah, well,
might be.
We give the Hydrapple for every single version of the line. We have the High Flapple, and we have Hydrappleton.
Oh my god. Well, I'll keep you up to date. But in the meantime, I got some work of my own to do. All right, you 3, come with me. And Sylph heads out, and the 3 robots proceed to follow.
Let's see. Auta's going to go back to his computer, start typing some fun things up. But he's going to try and get a contact of somebody
And
first.
who might that
Like,
be?
his mom's. Carmel's mom.
Yeah. Send them a quick email or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. What does Auta want to send to them?
Just a quick message. It's been a long time since he's seen either of them. He wants to, tell them that he's fine, but also tell them that stuff over here is getting a bit more hectic than he would have liked to. And that when all this is over, he's really excited to, come back home, have them see their daughters again and all that.
Very, very, very sweet, very sweet. All right. And you send the message, and you do anything else, or you're gonna call it a day?
He's gonna go flip off, close his laptop, slide it in, I guess, into his storage pouch, and then head on out.
Okay.
Yeah, Auta always keeps his work on him. He has a backup, obviously, on his personal or personal hard drive or something at home, but the actual computer he has with him always. Doesn't like having the chance of someone coming in and taking it.
Smart. All right. So you head down this way. And then eventually, you go down a... Really? Do we? Whatever. It's... Okay. There we go. Get the music playing. Alright, so you keep going, and then eventually reach a small little pathway that leads to a teleport pad. Upon stepping on said pad, you find your way to the second floor, where several employees are just walking about. So I don't know if you see this on your end. Did you heal after the previous session?
No,
Oh, you
apparently.
did not? Yeah, I encourage you to do that.
Apparently, typing on that keyboard so much damage.
Anyways. Alright, so yeah.
Did Jacob just say another gamer word on stream?
He said typing on the keyboard something.
I thought the
Typing on that
something
keyboard
was a certain
damaged.
gamer word. Oh, damage! Gotcha. I heard it
Although,
something
thank
kind
you
of
for
similar, but not
saying
the
that,
same.
Jack. I'm now going to keep... I'm going to pay attention this time.
Yippee!
Alright, so Auta, you keep walking around, and are heading towards the exit, which is towards the left side.
To the left, to the left.
You pass by, there are like several Pokemon that are either just like doing some maintenance on like some of the generators. The Frostmoth gives you a wave as they're flying by. And then you reach the first floor. You see a few other Pokemon just congregating. Walk in, you walk out, you show your ID to that like door, and it says access granted, have a nice day, Auta, and it opens as you step out. So what's up?
Like, I do know everyone I'm passing by, right?
Yeah,
like, no one
pretty
seems
much,
out of
pretty
place.
much, yeah. So, Auta, you do recall that earlier in the day, before you headed off to your shift at work, that currently, like, most of the other founders of Team Infinity kind of went back to doing their own thing for the most part. However, Slim is staying in the capital with you guys, and he and his family, along with your wife and daughters, are all at the beach.
Well, the sand always did remind me of home.
Alright. Plan on
I want to take a trip there.
Yep. Alright. So, you
I would want to buy... I was going to say, I would buy, like, on the way there, some treats for my daughters before getting there.
Yeah. I don't have the map ready, and just to, like, save time, we'll just say that you stop by a local stand and just buy some, what do they usually like? A syrupy apple?
Sorry. I'm trying to think. What's that? I'm forgetting his name. That old, like, the old Chateau something from Black and White.
It was like the old Gateau or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah.
One of the many region exclusive items that just work as a full heal.
That are just everywhere for some reason. Yeah, so I
For
think...
the Lumios Baguette, which is from Kalos but cannot be found in X and Y. Without cheating.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you have to hack it in.
Oh, that's dumb.
You can find it starting in like Gen 7 in like some weird shops, but that's it.
Oh my god.
But that's the same with all the other regional things. You can find a Celia Cone the same way.
Anyway, so yeah, you just get you get some snacks and you head off to the beach, and eventually we meet up with Slim. So, Slim, it's like I said before, it's been almost 2 weeks since you were brought back and snapped back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. And um at first you're in recovery mode, but now you've been contemplating a lot of things. Firstly, you've been reaching out to try to find the whereabouts of Calamity, as um, obviously you and Claire are present and accounted for, but the third party that joined you all when you tried to bust that facility on Umber Island, Calamity is, his whereabouts are unknown. So you've sent out a few notices, asked some people to see if they've seen an Absol named Calamity. While a few of them did know what you were talking about, since Calamity is a retired um, adventurer, none of them have heard of him or about him for some time. So currently, you have been just pondering, especially since for the longest time you have had this sort of self-inflicted role of using the abilities that Yvelta given you long ago, and that you took and kept from yourself when you severed the connection between them, to try to rid the world of shadow Pokemon. But now that role has been taken from you by Marshadow. And so now you've just been contemplating what, like, on how to feel about that and what's next. And as you are thinking that, you hear some footsteps in the sand as your old buddy Auta catches up. And Auta, you see Slim just staring off into the expanse. The wide, empty sea.
I'm just gonna go ahead and walk up next to him, look out to the sea with him. So, what's rolling around that old noggin, Falls?
Well, first off, a friend of mine is missing. He was at the raid with us when I got taken, and according to Claire, they haven't seen him either. I know I've asked some of my other contacts in the area to look around and see what they can find.
Yeah,
But
yeah. One of my friends is missing too.
Layla, I just DM'd you something. I just want to make sure I got that right before I say anything. Let me double check. No, okay.
Actually, question, Auta, what? First of all, Auta, I'd like you to give me your perception on your current place of employment, and what have you shared of said place with Slim?
Oh, Otto trusts Slim through and through. Anything he would have seen off or anything like that, he would have shared with Slim.
Okay.
And as said before, Ottawa is very distrusting of systems of power due to, him taking down two of them and being from a literal gang. He's been hesitant and skeptical of everything since he's been there.
Mm-hmm. But nothing yet has tipped you off to any shady dealings. The closest thing is Lily's sudden disappearance.
Oh yeah, definitely. That immediately caught my attention, as well as the fact that we were sort of forced to work with these guys. But Otto hasn't seen anything like that actually points to, oh yeah, these guys are just Team Rocket 2.0.
Yet.
So how goes your new job?
It's been going like most things in my life.
Who would have thought you went from working as a sort of police officer back home to a scientist here?
Well, I mean, I mean, apparently, Gigantamaxing goes back to my entire family lineage, so I guess it was just something that was inherited down to me to try and figure out exactly what that is and how to improve it. I just never expected it to get this far. Life works in strange ways. I guess both you and I understand that far too well.
Yep. How are you liking the islands?
Not as enjoyable as I thought they would be. The beaches are nice. They remind me of home back in the desert, but other than that, well, I haven't gotten used to the more crowded areas yet. I guess that's the best way to put it. Used to just little sanctioned off communities where everyone knows each other. Here, everything's a lot more intertwined.
Yeah, I see that. To think the kids know more about this place than they do about damn Lay. We haven't been home in so long. Or have we been back to Horizon Town?
Yeah. You know, Talls, do you ever think that maybe, at a certain point at least, that we should stop doing this?
No. I really... No matter... Claire's talked to me about this, but... At the end of the day, if we're not there to keep going, who else will be? Yes, sure, I've seen the new generation. They have people who can easily pick up the fight. But why do we need them to pick up the pieces? We should be leaving this world a better place, because we can. We still have fight in us. Look at you, you're going forward and trying to make the world a better place for your science.
Yeah, but did we ever ask for any of that? We were all sort of thrown into this act of being the heroes, even if we wanted to do something like that. And as we continue to go on, it just seems like we're choices we didn't make have forced us to keep doing stuff that I don't know how much longer we can keep going through. Every single time we have to go in and be the heroes. It takes a little something more from each of us. I don't know how much we have left to give.
No one forced me to do this. I could have given up a long time ago. No one forced me to leave home. No one forced me to continue down this path. Had I given up a while back, I know for a fact I could probably have continued to live. Or who knows, maybe I could have given in all those years ago. But it wasn't someone forcing me. I'm here of my own will.
Now I'm stuck here wondering if I'm here because of my own will. I keep going back to how this all started. A calling from a literal god to come find somebody important to me, get wrapped up in all this. I keep thinking to myself, did I really have a choice in that?
You know, I still remember that day a bit. All those years ago. Mostly the festival. The music, the sights, running around with Claire and all the other kids back home. I wish I could forget that night, but it is what made me who I am. And Slim stands up. He pats Auta on the back, goes, "Whatever you decide, buddy. As long as you continue to make the world a better place, that I think you're doing just fine.
Ooh. Oh my god. Okay. Allow me to interject real quick. For our viewers and for my Dine N Dasher players, the cinematic parallels, because at the very start of Order of Eternity, like I'd say like 4 or so sessions in, Slim and Auta had a one-on-one heart-to-heart in a very similar setting at the very start of that campaign. So it's, it's like poetry, sort of. They rhyme. I feel like George Lucas here. But
Does that mean I get a lightsaber?
oh man. Uh, but as wonderful as that was, truly, I'll have to cut the pleasantries short as both of you hear a few screams coming from within the nearby forest, and you both immediately recognize these screams to belong to your children.
Oh, the second Otto picks that
Yeah,
up,
which
he is
way?
off running. He is running.
Yeah, which way are we going?
Hold up.
Oh
There
lord,
we
he
go.
coming.
This way.
Okay, let's see. What's my movement speed again? Let's see. Okay, there we go.
I the movement
9.
speed. Otto's already moving.
Screw game
You can't outrun me.
Screw game mechanics. We're booking it. And you guys rush deep into the forest and come to find a whole bunch of robots that Auta you recognize, along with a massive reverb room that is similar to the one that you actually spotted on the Iron Barge, which is holding your daughters, your wife, and Slim, your kids, captive. And Claire, is currently mid-battle with these robots as she just just cleaves one's arms off and just tosses it aside. And the reverb room's like, okay, I think that's time for me to go. And Auta, you hear Irene as she cries out, Auta! And right as the reverb room starts to pick speed, Claire leaps up and digs her claw into the back as it takes off, leaving you all in the dust. And the two
Actually,
what's up?
oh wait, no, because the kids are there. Never mind.
And it picks up, and Claire looks back at both of you, and as it's speeding off, and your vision of her starts to fade out, she holds out her Team Infinity badge, and then fades from view, leaving you both with just these two robots. Unauthorized personnel detected. Lethal force engaged. As they prepare to do battle against you.
Authorize this. Alright, so.
Layla, question.
What's up?
When we got here, I know that we saw the sprites for the Toxel and the Bisharp. Did we see any other, and of course Atwa's kids and wife? Was there anything else up there?
No, it was just your guys' family. Just being held, basically being held in like the large rear part of the reverb room, essentially in a large containment box, as Claire's now just grabbed onto that part as it takes off.
Yeah, what I mean is, were all 3 of Slim's kids there? Was the egg there? Yes or no?
You couldn't see from the view, but you don't see the egg anywhere nearby. So it's probably safe to assume that answer is yes.
Okay. Okay, just making sure. I wanted to make sure, because otherwise Slim had to run back after this fight. We want to make sure that no egg was left in the house unattended.
Plot twist they're expecting.
Alright, anyway.
Plot twist, Layla has managed to forget one of my kids every time they appear.
Alright, so is this a Tauren order thing, or is this...
Kinda. I mean, it's kind of like free action stuff, but basically, I'll let you both sort of just take your, just pick your actions right now.
Alright. Talls, leave one of them still intact. As Auta goes up. Alright,
Nah, Slim.
He-
Nah, Slim's booking it.
He said one of them.
All right.
Slim's meant one.
All right. I'll tell what you
That
call
nat
that.
20. That was a nat 20.
Oh my god! Okay.
When Auta said one, Slim knew one.
Okay. You proceed to just send a massive strike of electricity towards this robot, and yeah, it just like a large blast just proceeds to just crash directly on the one in front of you, and it literally just breaks, shatters into pieces. And this other one, since overdrive is while it is like a cone, it's like, since it was a crit, it sent a slight shockwave that just caused this one to just fall back, and like slight static shoots off from it slightly.
Auta moves up to it. Is it incapacitated?
No, but it is like jittering slightly.